Good morning, everybody. Cheers. Zoom, zoom. What? Usually the coffee at lunchtime. Hello, Mr. England. Yes, moo. Brand new coffee. Nice and warm. Burn my tongue. That's okay. A lot of light in the office today. Because we're going to need light to do surgery. You should never do surgery in the dark, folks. It is I think it just looks, it's the camera lens that's making it look much bigger. I mean, look, it's the size of my head. Not really. It's just the lens. Look at the size of that. Sorry. I'm in a weird mood.
HMS says that's what she said. D.
There's always one in the crowd. Yeah, it's just, yeah, small hands. Small hands, cold hands. Very cold today. Bit of a runny nose, so yeah, if I need to quickly grab a tissue or if it's dribbling down my face, just ignore me. How's everyone doing? It's a bit warmer today than it was last week. Last week was insane weather, but it's still, it says it's 9 degrees now. I'm not sure I believe it, but it was still 5 degrees when I got up this morning. But last week was negatives, so 30, no AC, sweating. Okay, and if you still got all that oil all over the floor, you got to clean up. I know, you were away somewhere at the time, but still. I still have a bit of a giggle about that. Would have been such a pain to clean. Probably won't last inside for the show. We'll just take your computer outside. Yeah, I figured you were back home by now. Okay, so... hey Alan, how you doing? Not many folks in chat today. I guess maybe it's too cold for everyone, or maybe everyone's over the whole robotic arm saga. I'm close to being over it. I have it in a few pieces at the moment. It looks really kind of strange, but that's the camera there. But it looks like it's got wires coming up to the camera. It's growing and taking over everywhere. Hello, Ian. Robot surgery, let's pray for the patient. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So there's potentially a lot to do or only a little bit to do today. So, I'll just wait a few more minutes before I go into it. Wait for more people to jump in if they do, and if not, that's okay. I'll just sit and drink my coffee. And also waiting for Fusion 360 to import the CAD for the latest version of the arm. I've got the step.
Fartman says hello everyone.
Hello, Fart Man. Christian. I imported the step, and then I realized that the step doesn't have any way of having all the items grouped that I could, I don't even know if that's gonna, that's that view, but I wonder if I have my, oh, I do, okay, good, it is working today. So this is the step, and it's got all the parts as individual parts. The problem is there's none of the selection sets are in it, which means I can't say grab all the covers and hide them, stuff like that. And because none of the parts come in any alphabetical order, and like all the bearings are individually here and everything else, it's like, you know, if I wanted to drill into here, which I've been trying to do, I've got to manually select things one at a time and then hide them. So like if I want to get rid of that, I have to click on that. I've got to right click, find it in the browser, which will then take me to it, and then turn it off, right? And then to find all the parts again is a pain. But the Fusion file that comes also with the files has selection sets, but when you import it, because it's made up of all these different things, it has to import all of these objects first. And you might set upload progress, like it's been going for like 45 minutes. It's still importing, because it's got to go all the way to Autodesk to be processed, and then sent all the way back again. What a pain. But there have been some updates to the design, which I'm thinking about adding, pulling apart and adding. I've already printed a bunch of things for it, what I think I need, but I might have missed stuff, so I don't know. Anyway, we'll get into that shortly, but I need this to load. Oh, that's the file I need to open, but it still says upload progress. It's still going complete. Oh, maybe it's all complete. Oh, no, it's still doing the final bit. Okay. Status, waiting. Waiting. Oh, what a pain. So, what else? What else can I tell you while we're waiting? Sorry. I really want to dig into this. I've already actually have pulled some stuff apart already. So, smoking chuck roast outside. Only 5 hours to go. I don't know what is chuck roast. Chuck? You mean chicken? What's chuck? Like Chuck from Angry Birds? You know, roasting a character from Angry Birds? I surely hope not. Oh, the numbers are dropping, not going up. So maybe let's begin, shall we? Let's just get on with the show. So let me just say hi to folks in the chat. Yumbo Prime, good morning. Antonio, hello. Dutch Taurus, hi. Johnny, hello. Graham, hello Graham. Instead of moo. That's okay. I'm a bit backwards too sometimes. Mr. England, hello. Joel42, hi. Bruce, hello. Alan again, hello. Ian, hi. Mike F, hello. Beef. Chuck is beef, is it? Is it cheapest cut of beef? Chuck. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of that before. Christian, hello. Did I say hi, Christian? Mr. Farty Farts. Nice and fatty, which is good for smoking. Okay. I wonder what that would be equivalent to here in Australia. Chuck, I've never heard of chuck. But, maybe like a gravy beef or a, yeah. Hello, Beata. How are you? Anyway, doesn't matter. Still, sounds nice. Yum. Please send some my way. I'll have it for breakfast. No problem. Is that still uploading? Oh, yeah. Or, sorry, still processing. So I can't fit everything under the camera. I've got the camera as high as I possibly can. I actually extended this thing. I've got it as high as I possibly can, and I'm worried about stability. It's not going to fall over, but it's at the point now, if I get it any higher, I'm going to either rip some cables out, or I'm going to, it's just going to start boring and falling over. Chuck roast comes from the forequarter, the front of the cow. It can come from the neck, shoulder, blade, upper arm areas. Meanwhile, beef brisket comes from the lower chest area. Okay. Right, so it's like a briskety type thing. Okay, right, okay. Yep, cool. Yum. Love a good brisket sandwich. Okay, anyway. So I can't really fit everything under the camera. Like I can't even get the arm. I had to clean the desk off to do this. Wow, what a mess. Anyway, yeah, I see that's... Okay, now we go back with screwdrivers all over the ground. So this is the problem. If I do this, see, I can't get the camera any further away. I might be able to focus that, I don't know. But you can see how, ooh, almost. But we don't need to see in there. The point is, I can't really work on the robot under the... Sorry about the noise, under the camera. Not easily. I'll have to lie down. But I can work on other bits. But the autofocus is not going. I thought I turned autofocus on. Yep. Why is autofocus not? Weird. I don't know. Maybe that's... So I printed a whole bunch of new parts. Some of them are going to be painful to put together, like those bits here, which basically I need two cameras, which is this section here. So remember how many times we pulled this apart, this whole gearbox section? Whether the gearbox is good or bad, still got a bit of backlash in it. Too much for my liking. I don't think it had this much before. Anyway, but this whole section here has got a whole new, this whole thing has been updated. And what's interesting about it is it was using a pulley from the stepper. Hang on. Yeah, I really don't know how I'm going to show this. I don't know, without a camera, without another camera. Where can I don't even have another camera, but if I had another camera, where would I put it? I don't know. So that's a planetary gearbox inside here, which controls this bit, and which turns this bit, and that's driven from a stepper and a pulley with a belt. That's all been changed to work with gears instead. They're 3D printed gears, but which ones are they? Not those ones. Okay, anyway, whichever ones they are, they're I'll show you once this thing uploads. If it uploads. When it uploads. Hey Christopher. How'd your print go? Good? Bit jealous. What if I can see it in here? Right, here. Yeah. So you can, it's using gears now. This red one here, or pink one, and the grey one. So the problem was it was really hard to tension the belt once it was all put together, and there's a bit of slippage and stuff. And with the gears, it's also gives it a lot more torque, or a lot more and torque and hold. But it means that the whole thing has to be replaced. All these parts need to be replaced. So I printed all those out. I did end up finishing this whole top section without the gripper, which is in pieces over here now. Because once I finally got it all together, you might remember I had to these gears here I had to reprint again multiple times. Where's the camera? To get all that kind of working, and because they were a bit too tight. These might be okay now, they might not be, I don't know, they still feel a bit loose, to be honest. But when I put it all together again, plugged it all in and turned the power on, and the power wouldn't stay on, the power kept shutting down. Or it kept turning on, then turning off, turning on, and turning off. And YouTube is saying I'm getting dropped frames. Yay. Wow, I've had actually a lot of drop frames. Okay, I don't know why. Let me know if it goes. Yeah, let me know if the stream goes bad. Turned out fantastic. No user printer, the complexity working out first try. Yeah, you're just teasing. You're just showing off. Showing off with your new Prusa, 5-head Prusa XL. So anyway, it was at that point where something was shorting or something was happening that I turned it off and I picked it all up and I took it out to the other room because my Milo was here and I had to start building that. So now that Milo's done and everything else, I want to come back to this. I did not turn it all on this morning and watch the power go on off. I only set this out on the table last night to take the photo at about 6 o'clock, 6:30 last night. It was late, 6 o'clock. So I didn't do anything with it till this morning when I got in, and I got in a little bit early today. Got in about 5 o'clock in the morning. Don't ask. And the first thing I did was took those bits off. Oh, it's finished uploading. Let's see if I can now open it. Let's see what happens. Well, let me open it. Ba, 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 ba. Wow, Big's balling for a while. So anyway, I took those off. I checked all the wiring first. Checked all the continuity. Everything looked okay. Didn't look like anything was shorted. But I took it off, took bits off, and then powered up just what's there now, and it wasn't shorting. The power wasn't shutting down. So there was something with those pieces. So one of the first things I'm going to do is now, before I do anything else, is take some of the wires out of the stepper and put some ferrules on them and put them back in. I just don't like the way some of it's just sitting there the way it is. So that's the first thing I'm going to do on those bits. And then I need to decide how I'm going to change this gearbox over, because this gearbox up top here is working with the belt as it is. Like, I could leave it and look, maybe I'll get some slippage or something with it, some skipped steps or whatever once the rest of it's together. I don't know. Or I could just pull it apart and replace it with the new stuff and have the new gears. So unsure which way to go, but see, this has got these contact sets. And wait, wasn't it? Oh no, selection sets, sorry. So I can say get all of the, where's the, okay, I got all the panels. I can select all the panels, alright, and then I can right click and hide them. Alright, so much easier to work, and then I can go through, like, it's all broken down into, well, hopefully enough that I can get in here to see what's going on. Unfortunately, they're not broken out into each core. Like, it'd be great if there was a selection set for the X and for the Y and for the Z and the A and the B. That would be helpful. Printed parts. Wow. I think that's new. Nuts and bolts. Like, let's get rid of the nuts and bolts for now. The electronics, just to make things faster, hopefully. Down pins. I gotta ask, I don't understand what the fan is here. And there's a fan here. But so it turns out that if I want to see something. I think this has been updated. Okay, I want to isolate this, so it'll just show that. Ah, see that hole here for the fan? I don't have that on mine. So this section here is solid on mine. If I could just extrude this over, it's like that. You can't see through, which means having a fan blowing here just blows out the side. It doesn't go into the electronics. So it looks like I'm going to have to reprint that part as well, because that's, I think that was just an oversight. I don't know when that was updated. Okay. Yeah. Unisolated. Okay. Well, let's just get on to... it was stuttering for a bit, but now it's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, the drop frames look like they've stopped. Well, there's no new ones anyway. Let's get on to just doing some of this wiring work. I don't understand what's happening with my focus. I'm sorry, as in my camera focus, not me. So I've got a whole bunch of. I don't think I've got enough. Move all these parts over there, and let's see if I can get. I want to get closer for you. It's a bit bright. Is it too bright? Not possible to use a big knife. What? What am I using a knife on? The other thing I just realised, I want to see, I've never actually tried doing this before. Where is... Right, oops. So, no, named. So, analysis. Oh, look at that. So, I've never played with the analysis thing in Fusion, and I can't believe I never have. And so, I saw it in a video the other day. So, you can use there's like a cross section. Oops. Oh, there you go. Look at that. So the BCs, that shows the new gears, but it needs a new. Hey, Dave. So it needs this bit, which I don't have like this on mine. I've got the old version, which doesn't fit those two gears like this. It doesn't work like that. And to use that, I also then needed the other half of it. So the whole thing's got to come off. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I don't know what these other sections are. I mean, these are things that he's pre-set up. Oh, there we go. Oh, so that's really cool. So Arctosaurus has actually set up a cross sections for all the different, well, for some of the areas anyway. Look at that. Like understanding what that is. That's, yeah. How cool is that? And then apparently you can create your own, and then you can like move it, slide it, whatever. Why are these ones going all funky? Objects are missing, so I've turned some things off. Okay, no worries. Shows the gears. So these are also, oh, they're using different gears now. Wait, so they were using belts as well. Are those belts gone now? Oh, those are gone as well. I mean, I guess that's good. But that means these have to be redone. These are all using belts. So I actually reprinted these new sections for here. But I only printed one set of, I didn't realise I had to print 2 sets of gears for those. Oh boy, okay. Well, maybe we can get one of them done. Hey Peter, how you doing? LD2410B. I have no idea what that is. What is that? Okay, let's get back to this. Well, maybe I'll pull one of these apart and then I'll put the new... This will probably be the easiest one. Oh, I don't want to get this apart again. This was a nightmare. Okay. So what I wanted to do was, like, these are just wires going in to these screw terminals, and I really hate it that they're just wires. So I want to put ferrules on them. The problem is the ferrules make them stick out further, and it's really tight inside this section. So I'm a bit worried. And also my plan was, see, look at that. My plan was to get rid of these things that I'm using, or get something smaller, like, 'cause they're quite chunky. But I didn't end up sourcing anything because I got distracted by my Milo build. Yeah, so they're all chewed. I'm gonna recut these. It's gonna make a mess everywhere. I should get my bin and try to do it.
Alan Madsen says it's a human presence body induction distance detection radar sensor module.
Hey Loki, why not use Wago connectors? Well, Wago connectors are really long. Hang on, I'll show you. Hey, is it 7 o'clock in the morning? Is it 7 o'clock? It is pitch black outside. It's not normally dark at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm talking about dark outside. We'll just tin the wires. No, tinning the wires, no. I've always taught never tin wires going into a screw terminal. And the problem is that they're pushed on an angle that the tinning becomes brittle. Sorry, it is, I know it's not 7 a.m. there, where most of you are, but it's dark outside. So here's the problem with Wagos. Look, got a whole box of these ones. Look how long they are. They're much longer, and they're actually not any narrower. So it actually takes up more space than these. So there's no real advantage. Yeah, never tin wires that go into screw terminals. That's what I was taught. So, Peter, is it dark outside for you? Technic Nerd AT, fake Wago. Yeah, they're fake. I know these ones are fake. I've got originals downstairs. They're all used in my Milo. I was short a couple, so I bought. But these are still, you can get. I know you can get smaller ones, but I don't have any. That's what I was saying. Like, I was going to replace these with something better, and then I never got around to it, and I got distracted with Milo, and then nothing ever happened. So, and now it's like, even if I ordered stuff from Amazon right this second, they're not going to come in time for the stream. So I'm kind of stuck with these for the moment. And either way, I still have to stick for rules on them. Yeah, it's dark outside, isn't it? Is it just me, or is that really bizarre? It's like, I'm talking about like pitch black outside. That's, I'm a bit freaked out by that. Like, I don't understand why. Now, I got to, these actually fit in. That's the other problem, is these are the smallest ferrules I've got. I don't even know if they're going to fit. I might have to squish them. Just. But see, they stick out quite far. That's the problem. So, I might have to trim them shorter. Like the tips of them. I've got to make sure I'm putting the right ones in the right. Oh no. Is it green then yellow? Shivers. Yellow is on the outside. Okay. I hope that's right. Yeah, see that's I need smaller ferrules. I hate these screw terminals. It's 2.54mm ones. Come on. So they're not coming out, and they're protected a little bit. Trim the plastic of the ferrule first though, if you don't have plain one. Yeah, I don't have plain ones, but I want the plastic because I don't want them to touch. I don't want them to short. So, oh, did they just snap that? Did that just snap? Yep. Great, that ferrule just broke the metal, and it's broken inside. So how am I going to get that out? Oh boy. It's a good start to the day, folks. That snapped somehow. How am I going to get that out? Like, I get that, I said this last time, I get that they're space constrained with these controller boards, but sticking 2.54mm screw terminals on them was a bad idea. Bad idea. Like, no one should be forced to use 2.54mm screw terminals. Oh, so I just bent my tweezers. I'm sure you can see. Now they're a hook. Well, so see, this is now dead. Now I can't use this fucking controller. Oh, did I just swear on stream? I think I might have just sworn on stream. Yeah. So that's not coming out, I don't think. Ever. Well, who was it that said at the start of the stream something about Sion and Rage with the Arctos? Sorry, I'm just reading back, but yeah. So get that out of the way. I don't know how I'm getting this out, which means I don't know how I'm fixing this. I don't particularly want to break my only...
John Clayton says try a sewing needle to pry it out.
I don't have a sewing needle. I don't have any needles here. So, yeah. Yeah, don't have a sewing needle. But maybe I can use a header pin. Might be, I think header pin's going to be too thick. I can't get the screw out. It won't come out. It doesn't come out. Oh yeah, that just bent the pin. Excellent. I don't have anything sharp that isn't going to bend to get it out with. I'm just looking around what I've got. I don't think anything. A magnet? What's a magnet going to do? Like, I've literally destroyed these tweezers. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. Look, oh, there you go. Look at that. I can't get the right way. Why is it everything backwards on the camera? There you go. It's not a magnet thing. The screw doesn't come out. The screws on these don't come out. It's not a magnetic thing. They're designed to not come out. Actually, one last thing I can try. I've got maybe this pair of tweezers. These are Spark Fun tweezers I bought a long time ago. They're way too, I mean, they look small tipped, but they're not. Not for what I do. They're chunky, but they also shouldn't bend. Oh, maybe, hang on. Get it out. Oh. No. Almost. Oh, got it. Okay, I got it out. Little shit. Look at it. Okay. I don't know why it broke though. So that's a worry. But now that it's shorter, maybe that's better. So yay for Spark Fun, saving the day. Like now I want to trim the other one. I'm worried about the length of the other one, bending and breaking. These frills are a little bit too big for this screw terminal, which is probably, see that just broke off as well. They're not good, they bend and they snap. Wait, where's the rest of it? Uh-oh. Less of that one broke off and it's further inside. Excellent. This one I don't think I can get out. I can't even get the tweezers in far enough. Oh, not frustrated much. Don't crimp on when they're not supposed to use with springs. What? Don't crimp on when there are springs in the connector. Let the kill the spring. Well, okay, but I can't just stick wires in because they're also breaking. Shit. Well, there might be, but these aren't my connectors. Like, these come on these boards, and there's not much I can do about it. Like, I would never ever use these to start with. Like, I once upon a time, when I first started making products, shipped a product with 2.54mm screw terminals and immediately regretted it and changed the design and went for 3.81 because they're just the worst customer experience ever is 2.54mm screw terminals. And I've even bent these now. My sturdiest tweezers, I've bent the tip. Shit. So, this is not how I plan to spend the day today. Do you reckon this is just the universe telling me to move on from the Arctos robot and build something else? Yeah, I'm destroying my tweezers. So less broke off and it's further in, and that means that I can't get to it. And these holes are tiny.
John Clayton says I just use bare wire, hate ferrules.
Well, actually, I like ferrules when they're not in this tiny little screw terminal. But these are just too small and fragile. Bloody hell. Okay. Get out. Come on, gravity. Do your thing. Bloody hell. Bloody Nora. Oh. 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 Got it. Okay, let's not do ferrules. Let's not do that. No screw terminals without. Is there a tiny OLED display in the back of the motor? Yes, there is. There's a little. So these are closed loop little controller boards. Oh, where's my camera? Closed loop little controller boards, and it's got buttons and a little tiny screen on there for setting it up. So I'm in a situation now where I feel like I'm gonna plug this one in. And I'm going to screw it up and leave it. Have I broken my screwdriver? I hope not. Okay, they're in. I'm not going to bend them. So I've got all these power ones here that I'm just not happy about, but maybe I'm just going to leave them. Jesus. Okay, I'm really worried about those. Wow, destroyed a really good pair of tweezers. They're all talking together via CAN, which I'm regretting at the moment. Like, I wish I would have gone for the open loop version, I think. Okay, I need to roll this over. So I'm just worried about all this wiring. I don't even know if there's an angle I can do this at that's going to work. But once the wiring's in, technically it shouldn't be moved or played with, but that's not the case at the moment, is it, right? So, like this whole section in here, oh, there you go, there's a loose cable there. So these ones here I definitely want to get on ferrules. These, the ones that are going into these junctions. Am I too far away? Can everyone see? I should use bigger ones for these. I might use bigger ones.
Geek says greetings mortals.
Hello, Quixotic. So every week you ask, where's the robot? Well, here's the robot in pieces. Still. Now these are slightly bigger ferrules. Hopefully it will be more robust. Okay, so these are just going into these connectors, and even if I swap out connectors with something else, they'll go into those. So that's fine. Much safer than...
Geek says what needs fixing on the robot?
Oh, everything. It's you might want to go back earlier in the stream. I spoke a bit about it, but there was something wrong with the wiring. With the last section, which you can't, it's not on screen right now, that needed to be, that was causing it to short or something. Haven't quite determined what it was. And then since I was working on this, there was an update, a design update with some new gears that replaces some other bits that might need a bigger, hang on. Sorry, need to just do this, need to concentrate for a second. the other reason I was using these connectors was I didn't want to solder all the wires together until I knew that everything worked. So I was going the, I can easily change this route. Come on. And then once I got everything together, it's actually too fiddly. So because everything connects to everything else, like in a chain, you'd think that makes it easier for wiring, but it actually doesn't. Because you can't fix one section without stuffing everything else up. So sure that it would have been more wires ultimately if I had every stepper, like 4 wires for each stepper plus the end stops for each, all going back. There would have been big chunks of wires going back, but every single one would have been isolated, right? So, yeah. And also just the support for the closed loop stuff right now is not great. Meaning, so Arctosaurus, I don't know what his
John
name
Clayton
is.
says, did you see the robot arm Tom Sandler posted on his YouTube channel?
Yeah, I almost bought one of those, a kit, ages ago. The AR4, I think it was a Mark II at the time. I think he did the Mark III. So it's quite an expensive robot once you get everything built and buy everything and get everything. Much more than this. Very nice, like all the metal parts and stuff. But as he pointed out, still has some issues. Still has backlash and whatever. And yeah, and at the time when I was looking at buying one, the Stepper Online didn't have their kits or no kits in stock. So I could have got the steppers. I couldn't buy the stepper kit. I could source them, like get them individually. It worked out to about 30% more expensive to do that. And none of the kits for the metal parts were available, so I still had to 3D print everything anyway. And it was going to work out to about just under 5,000 Australian dollars. And it was just too much money at the time to spend. And since then, he's refined it. So the Mark III's refined it a lot as well. So, like, I would have ended up with a robot that wasn't current. This is really, again, worried by this a lot. I'm going to do this one as well. I really don't like how these are just... I also don't like how short these wires are. At all. But I don't want to pull this, you should pull the stepper off and make these longer. And they were tinned, which is the shortest one. So like doing these closed loop and chaining these are a real pain. Like I can't even get in here to work on them. Yeah. Maybe we should see if I take this, and the problem is if I take the belt off and take this out, I actually can't take the stepper out because it's wired into the rest of it. So it won't even give me any clearance to work on because of all these wires that go from this further down, right? So because it's in a chain, it makes it impossible to work on now. And I'm trying to be careful with my hands so that I don't put any pressure on any other wire, because I don't want to bend any other wire and push it out, or, you know, put pressure on the screw terminal or anything. So I don't know if that's in. I don't know if I can get that in there. I don't think I can get the crimper on it. No. So, as I said, a few regrets about the closed loop bit. I mean, if the hole here, can I rotate that? If this hole here was much bigger, you know, kind of like that size of that hole, then I could get access to the screws. But I can't get to the screws for the screw terminals, right? So the only way I can get in here and work on this properly now is to pull this whole section apart and disconnect all these wires. And I really didn't want to do that. These are just not long enough to work on. My own fault for making them so short, but please let me get that in. Yes, okay, that's one. That wasn't annoying at all. Like, I'm scared I'm going to rip it out of the stepper anyway. If I do, I'm going to have to pull the whole thing apart regardless. Come on. Oh! Catch it. Yes, I'm using the ferrules to join the wires together. It's not working because I can't get in there with trying to twist them together, and I can't. Get some pliers. Are we having fun yet? I mean, none of this is even upgrading the robot. This is just fixing some of the temporary wiring that I did. I'm scared I'm going to get it all together and it's just going to blow.
Geek says, what will the robot do if it works?
I don't know. Maybe chat controlled camera. I'm not sure. Oh my god. I literally cannot get these two together because I can't get my hand in. I'm going to snap it off. All I'm going to do is snap the end of this wire off. This is annoying plus plus.
John Clayton says make a new Star Wars movie.
What? Use the robot to make a Star Wars movie? I don't know if I got it. Please. Please. Okay, I think I got it. Wow. I think. Better do this side now. Red is on the left, folks. Red's on the left, okay?
Geek says your left or ours?
The robot's left. I don't know. Okay, red is on the left. This left.
John Clayton says yes, they had computer-controlled camera arms to make repeatable camera shots.
Yeah, and the fact that that was done forever ago, they still had repeatable robots that were way better than this. So, yeah. There's not much about this that's really repeatable, I don't think. We'll see.
Geek says the mistakes have been repeated. Face with time.
Mistakes have been mistakes. What?
Super chat!
Why did you do that? Thanks, Matt. Red is on the left. It is. Okay, so at least they're now done. Because like there was a loose wire here, which I hadn't noticed. Maybe I did that before this morning. So this powers up. I know this part powers up because I did it this morning. So not that I have really any software to control it or remember how to control it. So the question is, am I pulling all this apart to get the new gearbox in? Because it's a pretty significant amount of work to redo all this. Like the gearbox here doesn't have to get redone, but it's got to be taken out and put into the new section. And then none of this will work until I replace it with the new parts that I've printed. So
Geek says what is the advantage of the new gearbox?
So this one is using a belt. Don't have an old picture. So it's using actually. I don't know what number. I'll have to go forward a few times. Okay, so this is the section here that I need to rebuild. Oops. This whole top section. Not the gearbox, but this where it says Z and on this side here have to be replaced, and then everything after that. So this one, this is pre the change. So here, this is using a stepper here and it's not. I mean, it's kind of, it's a gear, but it's a. I'm trying to think what you call it. There's a pulley here, right? And it uses a belt, and then this gets screwed into the next section. And the problem is, it's once this is together and the belt is on, you can't get access to tighten it because this pulley sits loose in here. Like you see, it animates in, but it actually is just, it's not attached to anything right now. It's just floating. It doesn't actually stay there. And it doesn't get locked in until this section gets built. That gets put in place, right? So all of that has to get built. And then when that goes like this and gets screwed on, then you tighten the back and put the bolts in. And that holds it in place. But by this point, you can't tension it, because the tensioning screws are on the other side, hidden behind all of this. And so you pre-tension it, hoping it's right, and then you can't get the screws in because it's too tight. It was a real pain to assemble. I hope that makes sense. The new section, the new one, is using, which one was it? Oh, it was BC. Here is now using 2 gears. So there's the stepper, and that's the pulley, and it's using 2 what do you call it, gears? Helixical. 2 helixical gears. Oh no, why is that beach balling? So there's no more tensioning issue. Does that make sense? There's no belt. But to do that, I need to replace all this stuff. And apparently it's also gives it, it's stronger. It can lift more. It can turn more weight. So it's a pretty significant change because I need to pull this whole section apart to get these new pieces in. No, other side. I need to pull this whole section apart
Pete
here.
says if you don't make the change now, you never will.
Correct. But mine's working as it is, but I've never had any weight on the end, so I don't know if it's going to slip or not. Like making just this, the end gear, just like rotating just this thing here with no weight on it isn't enough to tell me if it's going to slip or not. So it's a pretty big change, but I think I've printed everything I need at least to do that. And then these sections in here, they are also now, these ones here, is there a steppers and selection sets, motors and drivers. Okay, and V, let's hide them, here we go. So these were also using belts, which I've got set up now. And again, once they're in, you can't tension them. They are now also using gears. So, and I've only printed one set. I can print more gears, that's fine, they won't take too long. I've printed this new piece and I printed this new piece because they're different, and I printed one set of gears because I didn't realize that I needed 2 at the time. So, yeah, but to do all that, I've got to disconnect all the wiring and everything as well. So it's a pretty significant change, but I reckon I should just do it to stay current. So, yeah, I think, like, I don't want to assemble these pieces. I don't want to assemble these pieces onto the end of the arm just to check if all the wiring's fixed, then to find out that this has to be replaced and then have to pull it all apart again because it's quite tricky to get together. So I might as well just update this and update those and get it over and done with. So I think that's the plan. How long have I been going for? An hour and 11. It's all obviously not all going to happen today, but I wonder if I can pull the whole thing. I can, but the wiring, right. So these wires that I just connected, I have to pull apart. I have to undo. Because they go all the way to here and then to here, and I need to, there's a stepper in there and that's got to come out. This is sitting on stuff, not good. Okay, I think I'm just going to do it. Oh no. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Dun dun dun. Where's my... Oh right, I can't use this because I can't get it in. Because it's too close to the edge. So Quixotic, did that explain everything? What the changes are?
Geek says kinda.
Kinda. Just kinda? So they're going from belts.
John Clayton says he's going in, boys.
He's going in, I am. So it's replacing belt and pulleys that couldn't be tensioned properly with 3D printed helixical gears that don't need tensioning. Okay, one with a bearing. Except I've got a new version of that here, which I printed, which is slightly longer.
Geek says gears still need depthing.
Depthing? What? Gears still need depth? What's depthing? We'll move that out of the way though. So, that's that. What's depthing?
Geek says an indication you need to watch more ClickSpring videos.
Yeah, sorry. See this belt? So there's a belt in here, and how would I have ever tensioned it? Because the tensioning nuts are here, hidden. That's really annoying. Okay. So this is all changed now. Except I can't get these out without pulling that apart. Wow. See, I want to keep this intact if I can, but there's a new version of it. And I don't know what the difference is. Wait,
Geek says see video linked in chat.
hang on, that's not... Where's the screws at the front? Oh, that's that other bit. See what? See video link. Yeah, okay. I'll have to look later. Sorry. I don't want to cut those. How am I going to get them out? See, this whole thing's got to be replaced and rebuilt into this one. See, now that it's all screwed together, how do you get it apart? I'm just loosening this for the moment. See the problem with closed loop? That whole thing needs to come off. Oh no. And my limits need to come off. I reprinted this whole, I redesigned this side piece here for the limits, the dual limits. I know I'm going to regret this. So I've cable tied everything together, and now how do I get them out? That's going to come off. Yeah, okay. I don't want to cut the wires, but I might have to. I'm going to have to redo the wiring, because I can't get this off. Like, even if I pull apart the gearbox, doesn't matter, it's going through the middle like it's supposed to, and these are all got ferrules on them, and they've all been, yeah.
Geek says don't cut them too short this time.
No, I'll just replace them with new wires. No, the short ones were down here, like that's, yeah. I don't remember how to pull this apart properly. I probably need to stand it up.
John Clayton says add a JST connector between modules.
How's it? But JST connector's not going to help. I mean, so firstly, they don't do, or I've not seen, 4-pin JST wire to wire. So, like people say, like JST, like, you know, like these, right? Let's see. Do I have another end? Somewhere, but not here, probably downstairs. So, like these, right? JST. The problem is, most JST products, like, or these type of connectors, oh, that's too, let me go to here. Like this, right? Like a battery connector, are designed where the housing, that's called the housing, is supposed to have wires in them, and then the other side, the receptacle, is not designed for wires, it's designed to go on a board. So you can get the opposite ends that go to wires, for instance, like, I'm sure I've got one lying here around here somewhere. Must have. So like I do with my Pro S3, do I have a Pro S3 bag? Hang on, Pro S3. Come on, one cable, all I ask for. Oh, here we go. Okay. So that is a wire version of the receptacle. So they go like together like this. If I put it the right way. Okay, which is great. Yeah, that's what John's talking about. And then they can be disconnected. The problem is, firstly, they don't make these in 4-pin. I mean, maybe I can get some Chinese knockoff version, I don't know, but I don't have any. But the other problem is that the gauge wire that you can connect to these is pretty small. And I'm sending, you got to remember, because this is CAN bus and the power, all of it is daisy chained, right? I'm not running individual power to each stepper. It's all daisy chained. I'm not pulling 1 amp or 2 amps through these wires. I'm pulling 4 amps, 5 amps. I can't pull 5 amps through these wires. So, John, that's the problem. These are just absolutely not usable for this application. So I'd need to use, like, these are the 2-pin. Hey Tech Nubilis. So these are the PH ones. So they're the
Geek says
2
you can
millimeter.
pull 5 amps through the wire once and not for very long.
Right. So it'll be a one shot only. Like, you use the robot once for like 10 seconds and that's it. And then all the wires catch on fire. So I'd need to use a connector that was much bigger to be able to do that. And they don't make them wire to wire. Like, at that point, you're getting up to other types of connectors, not JST. Right, well, firstly, I don't have any of anything like that I could use this for. So it doesn't solve any of my problems now. I'd have to order stuff in, make custom cables myself, right, crimp them all myself, whatever, to do that. So that's like, you know, next week or the week after, which means I can't do anything on it. And I wouldn't even know what connectors to get. And the ones that you're supposed to go to are like the XT40 or the XT60. Like, they're the correct ones. And they're super not cheap. Like, is there if there's something smaller than XT40? Okay, bye. Oh, hang on. I don't have the thing up. Molex what? Can you give me a code? Molex MiniFit. So this is what you're supposed to use. I'm just saying. Like, I know this is you're supposed to use stuff like this. Or whatever, right? To be able to get the power through. Go away. No. These type of things. Molex MiniFit. The thing is, like, I don't want to be having to invest in crimpers and you know, yeah. So I got to buy housing and whatever they call them, receptacles for them. I have to buy both sets of pin types. I have to buy a crimper, unless they just use a standard crimper. Like, it's a yeah. The XT series are really big though. Oh, Jutlind, I hope I got that right. Like, I don't have a lot of space through some of this stuff, right? So and I still have the problem, I still have to the XT30. Buy a kit of which ones? Right, but JST is not JST connectors might be rated at 5 amps, but the gauge wire you can connect to them are not rated. Well, and when you say JST is a brand. So JST have everything from 1mm pitch to whatever. So you need to be specific which JST connectors are 5 amps. But the wires that can go into a JST PH connector, for instance, absolutely cannot do 5 amps. manufacturers that keep these in stock in US, and they can Yeah, it'd be very expensive cables though, wouldn't they? On let's just go to Amazon.com.au. Go manufacturer. XT30 connector kit. Yeah, they're bomb there. 20 pairs XT30 male and female connectors. How big are XT30 though? That's the problem. Oh, July 23. See, there won't be anything that's in Australia, maybe. 10 pairs. Yeah. I want 30. 10 pack. 30. I can't fit XT60 in here, Alan. I don't even think I can fit XT30. I think you really are not realizing the lack of space I have inside here. Like, XT60 connectors are huge. So these are interesting, these pigtails, the 1 to 2, because I have to do that. I have to go... But the problem is then the wires that come out of these are too thick to go into the screw terminals, the 2.54mm screw terminals. So this isn't really a great option either. So what's the next size down from XT30? Is there an XT20? Doesn't look like it. I need more than 5 amps. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 or 7 steppers running at 12 volts. All through the same chain of power. What's Anderson 15 amps? What's the Anderson bit? $10 Chinese amps.
Geek says more power.
104 T-plug EC3, EC5. So these little ones, maybe EC3 and EC5. What's EC5 connector kit? I want dimensions on them though. They still look like they're going to be too big. How big is a... Does anyone know what the dimensions are of these connectors? And what's EC3?
John Clayton says this will reduce future head atches if you do it at this stage.
Sure, I get that, but if it's going to take me 2 weeks to get connectors, that's a problem. Well, I don't know who makes them. Like, where would I find it? You won't find a data sheet on on Amazon. I can't find any kits specifically that are just for EC3. JCar has what? I don't think I'd have to mortgage my house again to buy anything at JCar. EC3 bullet connectors, plug and socket. $5.75 for one plug and one socket. 4. You said 4. Okay, whatever. Look, one plug and one socket, $5.75. Yeah. Yeah, no one buys anything at JCar, mate. 4405. And the Anderson ones, power pole connector. Yeah, they'll be way too big. Like, they're individual. No, wanting them now and paying $120 for connectors, and then I still have to buy a crimper and blah blah blah. Whatever. No, that's not an option. I'd rather just keep going the way I am. So no one seems to make, or doesn't seem to be any.
Alan Madsen says, why not just extend the wires?
No, what we're discussing is, like, right now I need to cut these wires to get them out, and then once they're cut, I then have to recrimp them and redo them again, right? And then if I have to cut them again, where it's not about extending the wires, it's about making so they connect and disconnect. So I would never have had to pull this out because there would have been a connection on it, but I can't get the connection through there anyway. So in this particular case, it wouldn't have helped because this has to be pulled apart. So I need to cut those wires. But for other areas, then possibly. But yeah, let's get back onto. But they're not 5 amps. Who keeps saying, stop using JST as the name? JST is a brand. Okay, you don't have JST. There might be JST brand connectors, or they're most likely fake. They're not probably JST connectors, but that doesn't say anything. That's like saying, my car can go 350 kilometers an hour.
Geek says time for bed. Good night, lovely people.
Good night, Quixotic. Have a good sleep. Like, my car can't go 350. A Ferrari or a McLaren can, but I didn't say McLaren, I said my car. So what car have I got if I say my car? Okay, JST connectors can't do 5 amps. Like, which connector? And the connector might do 5 amps, but the wiring won't. The issue is the wiring, not the connector. Well, it's both, but oh my god, I can't find the thing. Thank you. There. But the issue is both, really. I've cable tied all this together. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I'm not trying to be pedantic about the thing, but you know, like those JST connectors I showed you, no way will they do 5 amps.
Alan Madsen says all cars can do 300 kilometers per hour as long as the cliff is high enough.
Or so long as they're in space. Like, if I was in space driving my car, I'm sure I could get it to 350 kilometers an hour. But, you know, how often is that going to happen? The only person that gets their car into space is Elon Musk. So, you know, get out. Okay, tensioner. One tensioner out. One belt off. Bloody hell. I can't believe I've got to pull that apart again. That's got to come off. See, all these parts, they're all stuck because of the wiring.
Alan Madsen says it is probably easier to find a cliff.
Probably. See, I can't. How am I gonna? I have to. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. Those I can probably disengage. Okay, so I should really take a photo of what that looks like, just in case. So I can remember how to put it back together again. In laptop batteries, the current draws like 3 pins for power in parallel. Right, and they're also using a much thicker wire than I've got right there. And they're not chaining it on a long, like look at the length of the wiring. So like we're talking about 1.5 meters length, 12 volts going down it. Oh, wait. These also need ferrules. Yeah, so you can probably understand why I don't want to use something simple as JS. Look, I've got stacks of JST cables here with all the connections I need already pre-crimped, but I can't use them. I can't put enough current to them. This wouldn't be a problem if I was doing open loop, because each motor would be running their own power right to the stepper through the 4 wires, and so I'd be using 2 of each, and each one of them, you know, we're talking, you know, 0.5 amp each. Like that would have been fine, but that's not, unfortunately, what I'm doing. Okay, so I need to pull this section apart. Poor me. How many times I've pulled this bit apart? Do you remember this? Look, I never even Loctited this. That's how that's how unsure I was about whether I was ever going to have to pull it apart again. I have to somehow get these bearings out. I don't have spare bearings. That's going to be fun. Sorry. Okay. So, remember, oh, when I say remember, maybe many of you won't. I replaced these rods. Remember I had the rods that had the nuts on both ends and I couldn't ever get them tensioned right? Well, some of you might remember that I bought replacements that are bolts instead. So I bought these. Best thing I ever did. Using the 2-ended nuts on, like the nuts on each end with just a threaded rod, was yeah, it was just wasn't great. Wasn't great. Okay. Well, get out. gearbox out. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's right. Side. Yay. Gearbox out. Woo! Someone pinged me on the Arctos server, but was talking about me, wasn't talking to me. Sorry for asking, have you have motor specs up somewhere? I'm not in the US, so I'm on the other side of the world of the US. I'm in Australia. I don't have any motor specs. Like it's I didn't source the motors directly. They came in a kit, but they're just NEMA 17s, and the big one's 17s. Yeah, I think they're 17s still. I don't think they're 23s. But yeah, if you look at the Arctos, Super Electronics, yeah. Hey, Milosh, hello. No amount of coffee can fix that. Oh, don't tell me you're volunteering coffee again. Don't do it, don't do it. Okay, so I need to pull all this apart. Yay. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. Be no regrets, Sion. Come on, no regrets. Do it, do it, do it. Maybe we won't make it a 6-axis robot. Maybe we'll just make it a 3-axis robot. If we just leave it at 3 axes, then that's it. Like that's all we need. Like, you know, okay. Can't remember which side holds it together. No. Does anyone remember which side? I don't want to open the wrong side. Wow, they're tight. I think it was the other side. I think it was this side. That's what I need to undo first. Okay. I do have this. I haven't charged this for a while. I have no idea if it's. Yeah, that's slower. It's slower than me doing it by hand, but less blisters. But I don't think it's 15 amps, but I'll probably somewhere between 8 and 10. Like I'm not running them. They won't all be running at full throttle all the time, right? Because they've got limited movement, limited range of movement. And some of the smaller ones, I don't think will be pulling more than, you know, maybe an amp, maybe 1.2 amps, let's say, right? So, but the bigger ones at the bottom could be pulling, you know, 2 each. I'd say my budget's probably 8, between 8 and 10. I need an extra pair of hands to hold the thing while I'm unscrewing. Where did I put the... Didn't I bring my... Oh, I did. There we go. Oh, long end. Where are the ends? I don't... Is it the right one? not the right one, or I chewed it. It's possible I chewed it. Okay. Just keep going with this for the moment. God, that is tight. My screw gun. You talking about this?
Jutuline says JSTVH series.
Yeah, but I don't have any. So I'd have to buy housing, receptacles. I'd have to buy both mating ends of the connectors, a crimping tool. Like, do you understand? Like, it's all too much for this, for a couple of connections. Like, a lot of these connections, having it pluggable won't help. Like, as I said, having it pluggable through here doesn't help me because I can't get the plugs through it. Okay, one. That should slide off if I pull this out. Good luck getting there. Now. One off, yay. So it looks pretty much the same, but it's not. You see the spacing at the end? It's all quite different. So that's the new one. Put the old one away. Yeah, this one, I can't find where my bits are for it. Oh, they'll be somewhere. You gotta remember, lots happened since, like, you know, I was working on this last time. I built a mill, then I built an enclosure. Jeez, okay. Yeah, great. So yeah, I need to, and a lot of my stuff got moved downstairs for the enclosure work. So yeah, my tools are all over the place. So I cut my second piece of aluminium, what day is it? On Monday, for my neodyne conveyor, which worked really well. And so that's already been, the aluminium bracket's been installed on the conveyor, but I haven't installed the power supply or the controller board yet. But I've done 2 lots of aluminium cuts on it now, which is great. And the second one I did was without Peter holding my hand during it. As in, I didn't have an adult supervising me while I did it. How funny is that? An adult supervising me. Oh my god. I should really find the bit, shouldn't I? Where are the bits? Where are they? I don't know where I put them. I think I put them all together in a pile and maybe took them downstairs, and I don't know where they are. I have started cleaning up downstairs though, which is good, but yeah, I'd have to go hunting downstairs through everything. Oh, wait, will that work? You know what, that might work. Okay, hang on. There we go. Not that it's any better, really. These are tight. Wow, really tight. I'm not sure this is any better.
LGRFBS says hi from Sweden.
Hello. Welcome. Am I chewing them? I'm scared I'm gonna chew these screws. Come on. Why are these so tight? I'm just waiting for Mr. England. Hello, Yazzie. To pipe in with that's what she said. How's your morning? Hey, Joseph. So nothing's going on with the power, although there was. So the way it was left the last time I touched it before I started building my Milo mill was there was a short somewhere once I got it all together and it wouldn't power up anymore. But what we're discussing right now is an easy way to be able to disconnect wires because it's running CAN bus, and so both the CAN bus and the power wiring is all daisy chained throughout the robot, right? So it goes from stepper to stepper to stepper to stepper, which means we're running 8 to 10 amps through the power cables all the way up because it's distributing power for all the steppers through the same wires. And so if I was going to put disconnectable wiring in, the connectors would have to be able to handle that type of current, and the wires themselves would have to handle that type of current. So we were discussing different connectors and wires, like different things, and looking at different things, but living the dream. Oh, sounds awesome, Yazzie. Do you want to come here then? Live the dream here? You can leave the offspring at home. Oh my god. What'd you do on your stream, Sion? Oh, I sat there trying to unscrew 5 freaking screws. Oh, I'm starting to get blisters already. But I'm not, okay, as I said, it's not worth me using any connectors. For the 2 or 3 spots where connectors maybe would be handy, but only if I'm pulling the robot apart, it's not worth me investing in all the things I need to do it. Yeah, I am screwed. Can I run separate power for each? I could, but there's no, I don't know how I'd route it all up. But even still, that's not going to help me. Yeah, like it would just give me, like I'd end up with big connectors stuck in here and lots of extra wiring. At this point in time, I'm going to leave it as it is. Like I'm just going to, let's get, this whole section was working. Like what's here now plus this was all working. It was all fine. It's just that because I'm changing these parts over, I have an issue. But I don't plan on changing these parts again. So I'm going to cut these to get them out. And then once it's working, I'll recrimp them. And then that's it. They won't have to be touched. It's this other stuff over there that's the problem. I don't recall these being so hard to get out. Oh, maybe I was using my impact driver. Maybe I'll go get the impact driver back. The problem is I wrecked some of these screw heads doing that. God. Almost done. Two. 3. Is it strong enough yet? Yeah, okay. Oh. Okay, not that one. Not that one yet. It's very close. Here we go. Maybe. No. Come on. Okay, this is going to really go down the gutter soon, isn't it? Okay. Now. Step it off. Oh, hang on. I just realised there's going to be a problem. I have to hack these pulleys, I think. I remember seeing something on Discord. I better check. That's going to be a pain. I think. I could be wrong. But now, the good news is I don't have to cut the wires for this because I'm chucking this piece away. I am just gonna cut it. Cut the plastic to get the wires out. Assuming I can cut the plastic. Where's the best place to cut it? Probably there. Yeah, baby. Get out. Okay, yay! That piece is gone. Whew. Change it now, Bruce. There's nothing to see here. Okay, so wait, I better check this. I remember seeing something about this. Where was it? Announcements, updates. Was it in updates? Okay, I'm gonna have to go to here. You're gonna get to see my Discord. Yay! There was something about having to cut the metal thing, the pulley. I remember seeing something. I don't remember where I saw it. It wasn't there. Was it? Yeah, see here, there's a pulley and this gear. You need to cut the end of the pulley off. Cut it or break it off with pliers to get it in. Here, look, right. Oh, so there's the top of the ring of the pulley's got to come off because the pulley sits inside the 3D printed part. that's... So I think it's this one. Although that pulley looks too big. Are they both the same? I have to do this like 3 times, I believe. So I want to see if I've got more of these pulleys first before I cut one, or before I break that one. So I need to go to here. So you might be able to see in here, maybe not. There's like teeth on the inside of that sits over the pulley. Let me see if there's another pulley. I've got pulleys downstairs. I might have a spare one in here. Probably not though. I should have a spare pulley somewhere. Okay, let me... Wait, I can't take that one with me, can I? Let me go downstairs and see what I've got. I'll bring them up. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Okay, I don't have any geared pulleys down there. Maybe I've got in here somewhere. Please. Because once I break those ones, there's no going back. Must have some more pulleys somewhere. Not in there though. What about in here? No, not in there. Maybe down here. I just want one that I can pull apart. Sacrifice. Wrong size.
John Clayton says 3D print one without the side.
No, it's not a 3D print, it's the metal one. I need to cut the metal ones. I need to rip off the, okay, here's some. I don't know if they're the right. They don't look like they're the right size. Yeah, it's not a 3D print, it's the metal. I mean, it's a shorter. It's shorter, but it's maybe too. I don't know. I just want to rip it off on one of them. Oh, did not mean to do that. It's on focus. So the idea is you rip this bit off here somehow. Oh my god, I don't think that's going to be... I don't have another pair of pliers. Not handy, and these are probably not going to be strong enough. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Actually, it wasn't too bad. And then that goes in there. That's the... Yeah, see, there's the wrong size. Oh, maybe not. There you go. So that goes in like this. Can everyone see that? So I pulled the cap off. It actually wasn't too bad to get the cap off, and then that sits like that. And that becomes one gear. And that's how it gets attached to the stepper. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, actually. Hey, Joseph. Did I say hi already? Maybe. I think I did. Right, the question is... Yeah, I can use these pulleys. Okay, cool. So, that's one. Okay. So this one's going to have to come off. I don't know what orientation the other one's going to go on, though.
John Clayton says I'll have to remember that trick.
Well, only if you've got a matching 3D print to go with it. So I think that goes... I have to go on that way. Which way does it go on the actual stepper? I don't know which way it goes on the stepper. Let's see if we can see it in here. Oh, wait, I've got to do the, what was it? That one? I hired that. And that. Right, yeah, so that goes on the outside and locks it onto the stepper. Okay. Now, I've got that super long shaft on mine. I hope that this thing, that his updated file compensates for that. It's got the extra, no comments please, that's got the extra, it's a bit loose actually. Anyway. That might have to get adjusted, but anyway, that goes there. So, new parts. I don't remember which way I had the stepper.
Simple Electronics says comment.
Yeah. I don't remember which way I had the stepper, and I'm not really sure it matters. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to put it back on this way for the moment. Is that the right length one? Yeah. What's that? It's so hard to get in. Didn't I? Why aren't these going in? These are the ones I just used.
Simple Electronics says, did you ever get your bamboo printer fixed?
I did, but it's never been quite the same. I'm printing with it, but it's had to pull almost the entire printer apart to fix it, to replace a cable. And yeah, I've got some warping issues now, like, or you know, lifting off the plate, which it never used to do, and that shouldn't happen when the bed's leveled. And then I've got, oh wait, that's interesting. Sorry, bear with me a second. There we go. And it's way stringier in its printing now than it ever was before, just with PLA. So what used to print perfectly all the time doesn't anymore. And I don't know what it is. I mean, I replaced a whole bunch of stuff. You know, like I gave it a proper clean out and replaced the carbon filters and the I cleaned everything off and lubricated everything properly while it was all apart and whatever. But anyway, it is printing. Right, that's interesting. This gear, unless it's the wrong different gear, is when I have it sit right flush in the middle, it's scraping. If you look in the middle, it's got to sit so carefully. Okay, I guess I got to do it top down. Okay, that's right. That's right. Gravity was pushing it off. Okay. See, that goes there, and then the other one, for instance, goes. If it is that one, I don't know which one. Maybe it's this one. No, unless it goes that way. No, so that one and that one. Yeah, I think it's this one. But that doesn't actually, that's not fitting. These holes, these don't fit.
John
Right.
Clayton says it will wear itself in, just add plastic grease.
Yeah, but I don't
Future
want
Line says 3 main reasons for plastering are incorrect retraction, wrong temp, and humid filament.
Okay, except they're not the reasons why I'm having these problems. So it's a long story. That doesn't fit. That gear doesn't fit in there. So unless one of these is a different size, it's quite possible. Quite possible I put the wrong one there. On here. So hang on. So yeah, for an explanation, my printer stopped working due to one of the 3 sensors underneath the plate were not. Hang on. Right, that gearbox. That gear looks smaller than the others. They look the same. That looks smaller. So, but that doesn't fit in there. Really? So, that one doesn't fit in there. This is a slightly smaller one. They look identical. These two. This one is slightly smaller. And these ones fit this. But this one doesn't. So one of these isn't like the others. They look like they mate, they're correct. So unless this pulley that I pulled off, which is where did I put the pulley that I pulled off? The longer one. That's the one I hacked from the ones I already had. Where did I put the long one? Anyone see what I did with the pulley that I took off?
John Clayton says heat aluminum gear and freeze fit it.
Well, I don't want to do that because I'll never get it off again if it's actually if it's not supposed to be that way. I can't see where I put that other gear, the other pulley. I took it off and oh God, it's right in front of me. So unless the shaft is a different size, it doesn't look like it. It actually looks bigger. This is the one that I took off. I'm pretty sure that that's also not going to fit. See, there for the side bits, I'm pretty sure. I can try just inserting, like press insert. I don't have a vise. If I get a hammer. Like if I do it with heat, once it's in, it's never coming off again, right? But I could do it. Sorry, so as I was saying, my printer had to be pulled completely apart to get a wire replaced. That went from the controller all the way to the sensor board underneath. And it was a pretty big job. It took me a couple of hours. And prior to that, no retraction
John
issue.
Clayton says vice grips and 2 pieces of wood.
Yeah. So prior to that, apart from that sensor, which meant I couldn't home the printer, I had no printing issue, no warping issue, no retraction issue, nothing. Same filament, same whatever else. Since I changed the wire and put it all back together again, I've now got issues with the printer. Brand new filament. The Teflon tube was disconnected, but the Teflon tube is clean. I replaced a section of the Teflon tube. Anyway, the point is it's not printing like it used to, and there should be no reason why it isn't, because the things that would be affecting it haven't changed. The problem, I don't have a vise, as I said, John. So I don't have, no vise. So no vice grip. So 2 pieces of wood is one thing, but I'd have to actually use a hammer, a rubber hammer. I can't believe. Or I could just try hitting it. But we're talking about it. This is significantly tight. Like, yeah, the whole printer was recalibrated 5 times now. Of course. Yeah, I'm going to have to go get the hammer. Or I'll take it downstairs. I hope I'm putting it on the right way. That's the other problem. Which way does it have to go on? I'd have to go... let me just check that. That goes that way. Okay, that way. Yep. Yeah, no, I understand. Thanks for your suggestions, but what I'm trying to explain is that I've never had a bed leveling or retraction issue ever on the printer, ever, and now I have both, and all that was changed was one cable, and the calibration process of the printer and the auto bed leveling should eliminate any warping ever with a PLA and PEI textured sheet. And it's not the sheet because I've got 3, and it happens to all of them, and it's happening on prints that I've never had warping ever on, that I've printed hundreds if not thousands of. So yeah, there's just something odd with the machine now. Also, the fact that this sensor failed and it was a wire is a bit of a worry. Okay, I'm going to go downstairs and push this together. I'll be back in a second. My tools are down there anyway, might as well just do it down there. Hammer time. So that's not coming off ever. Ever. Bed heater thermistor, wire maybe. Possibly, but again, nothing that affects any of that was altered. Anyway, so yeah, it's just a bit frustrating. Bit frustrating. Okay, so that, and then that. Oops, can't see what I'm doing. Right, so that can come down now. Although that still doesn't fit though. I don't see, this isn't right. So this is the new piece, and that doesn't fit in there. And neither do these ones. So, I wish Arctos was on here. These parts aren't right. Oh, hang on, unless it's supposed to sit on the outer. Hang on. Yeah, but I put the extruder back already before I pulled the printer apart, because I had to eliminate that extruder as an issue. But even with that extruder, wasn't a problem. And then with the other extruder put back on again, the original, it still wasn't a problem. Remember, so I was able to print on my printer, I couldn't level the bed. Right? Which, that was what the wiring change had to fix. The sensor issue, it was making it fail leveling the bed when I did a print. But if I ran a calibration, it would level the bed. So, prior to me pulling it apart, never had a retraction issue ever, and never had a warping issue on the bed. So it looks like these are actually sitting on the outside of it. I don't quite understand how that sits on the outside. like sits there, because there are screws, like that's not going to work. How's that going to work? Like if that's there, and that's there, see that's not sitting, unless that has to sit out there. I don't understand, like, this is lined up on the holes, you can't see that, hang on. So this is showing where they are. They're lined up on the holes. Like where the holes are, but they're sitting on that side of it. If I just, let me, so you can see here, oh, I did the wrong side. Hang on. Where's the other Z core? Okay, there we go. Oh, they're sitting way out there. Okay, so they're not supposed to be inside.
Alan Madsen says should it not turn the stepper 90 degrees, then aluminum towards stepper.
Stepper 90 degrees, aluminum towards... No, they've got theirs on the outside. But either way, like you see that? So if I put the steppers back on, I don't know which stepper it is though. Yeah, I saw what you said. I heard you, but I don't think that's not what they show in the picture. Motors and drivers. V. See, like they're showing, there's the stepper. There's the rod. They're showing it sticking out there. But maybe I'll just do that for now. Either way, I need to screw this together. I mean, that could always be turned around like that, as you said. I'm worried about this just coming off over time. Oh no, that can't be that way. It has to be this way now that it's on, because this won't go on otherwise. Be the wrong way round. So, yeah, interesting. There's the flat bit of the shaft. I don't know if this is by design or not, but or if you got it wrong in the picture in the file, which would be annoying. But it's going to go like that. Okay. Okay. 2.5 hours. Wow. Okay, so I now need to get the gearbox on. done this the right way. I don't know if I have. If I've got my wiring on the right way. Oh, so look at that. See, the wire just broke off the stepper. Fuck. That's what I didn't want to happen. You can't put any pressure on the wires going to the steppers or they just snap. Get off. Just snapped off from here, I think. Great. You can't even see what I'm talking about. This wire snapped.
Super chat!
Iggy! Just go ahead. No worries, mate. Thanks for the super chat. I do need coffee. I do. But I'm going to push through just for the moment. See, I don't know how I'm going to... Oh, man. I think it goes to that one. So they should really, I need a way of once again, screw terminals are a pain in the backside. Okay. Let's see if we can get this back on without wrecking it. Which way do I want the wires? I don't remember which way I had it, that's the problem. Yeah, oh. Come on. I'm trying to do this and not put any pressure on the stepper, on the wires, so I don't break anymore. But this is proving rather difficult. I can't grip it in any way. Like the only place I can hold the steppers at the bottom, that's where all the wires are. you going in? Missing a screw. One screw. Oh, did it fall? Oh, there it is.
John Clayton says you are doing great, Cian.
Thanks. Not really, but that's okay. I'm still not sure I'm going to regret this. Or I'm not going to regret it, I should say. Okay, so, not broken, that's good. Right position, I hope so. Or is it the other side? I don't remember which one. Yep. Oh, these aren't going to be pre-drilled. These aren't. Oh, that's going to be a pain. Let me get one of them started. Hold it in place. Oh, actually, let's do that one. Okay, so now I can put it down. Hopefully not break any wires. Hopefully. Well, you all know my thoughts on the whole don't have access to the software, so therefore I won't buy it. So, at the end of the day, having access to the operating system gives you nothing. You're like if you need access to the software, the operating system, to the drivers, to whatever else, to get your printer to work, the issue is not the fact that you do or don't have access to the operating system. The issue is something else. So, like, I don't need access to the operating system on the Bamboo printer.
John Clayton says, oh, no more long screws done manually.
Yep. That's what it is. Can't decide if I'm regretting putting a stepper on that way or not. I think this is going to be strong enough. Nope. that's as much manual or electronic help as I'm going to get. It's going to slip. Yeah, no, it's going to slip. So do I have an Allen key? Nope, not that one. Maybe this. I was going to say maybe this will be quicker, but probably not. Yeah, no, fingers in the way. Well, maybe. Keep smacking my fingers. I think the tool changing system that people have been working on for the Voron machines looks quite interesting. Shows a lot of potential, but I just can't see myself building a Voron and then having to build the tool changing system, etc., just to get a tool changer and then having to support it and maintain it. It just sounds like a really terrible experience for me personally, which is why I'd always go a Prusa over building my own solution anytime. So I've destroyed the hex heads on these, so like they've gone in and out so many times. So all of this work now to fix a problem that I may not even have. Oh. Wow, that's hurting my arm. Oh, wow. Sore hand. There's a slip ring in the pit of tube clamp that can bend sometimes. Leaves can separate the leaves. Okay, I don't think anything is. I can have a look at that, Matt, but I don't think anything's twisted or bent. Like, it's just really fine hair on the print. Oh my god, this is hurting my arm big time. Wish I could find my other bits. Wish I knew where I put them. Almost there, one side.
Alan Madsen says maybe you need to go to a gym if your arms are tired, colon.
Or maybe this is my gym. But thanks, Alan. Thank you. What are you suggesting? That I need to lose some weight? Thanks, mate. But you're not wrong. Oh, far out. Okay. One side. Did I break anything? I hope not. Wait.
Alan Madsen says lol.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work. That can't go there. Because that can't go there. That has to turn around. Which way? It's okay, I can turn it.
CR0 engineer says oh spaghetti-o.
Yeah, I can turn it while it's on here. So how many times am I going to have to pull the stepper off today? Something wrong with that one.
PR0 engineer says 5.
5, 10, 50. I should have taken photos of every angle before I did it.
Jutuline says this makes just 3 more times.
Thanks. Let's do this one as the last one, okay? Okay, so please let me be able to turn it. Why won't you turn? What's stopping you from turning? Oh, that. Okay. Well, that's not. Okay.
PR0 engineer says sure, but my bookie is gonna be mad. P.
So what's happening is one of these wires here is sitting in the channel. It's not letting me turn. I don't want to rip the wire out. You can see it.
Alan Madsen says in this stream 4 more times. The next stream don't know yet.
Jutuline says take pulley off.
No, it's not the pulley. Nothing to do with the pulley. It's to do with the gearbox. And the wires sticking up here. You son of a bitch. I have to see if I can. It's because of these channels. There's a wire going across that's inside the channel. It's not the pulley. Nothing to do with the pulley. Taking the pulley off won't give me any more clearance than I've currently got. I need to coerce this wire without ripping it. Here we go. Maybe. Now the black wire. Oh no, the red one's back in again. Sorry, excuse my language. I want to turn this way, but there's no flex. I really don't want to pull the gear off again.
Jutuline says slip credit card in between.
Credit card won't fit, but believe it or not that I have one nearby. I need something else. But that's actually a good idea. Try to slip something in between. Very good idea. What though? Hey Sid, how you doing? Feather 3 Neo card. See if I can get that in between. That's actually a really clever idea. If I can get it in between. Okay, I might have just got it in between, which means I should either be able to pull this out or at least rotate it. Which way am I rotating it? This way. Just trying to rotate the card as well. Come on, why won't you turn? What's it stuck on? There we go. Maybe. Okay. Did I rip them out? I don't think I ripped it out. Okay, we did it. The credit card idea, excellent. Free drinks on me. Because you know, if I had to unscrew those long screws again, I would have just rage quit. Speaking of which, it's been 3 hours and I've done nothing. Like I've got, all I've done is got a robot that's in more pieces than I started with. After 3 hours. Like, that can't be right. Keep smacking my head on the wire of the camera.
John Clayton says I'm fine with continuing if you are.
Well, I want to at least get the other side of this on. I'd like to get this mounted back onto the robot. Even if I don't get the other section connected to it. I'd like to at least get this back on. Okay, paper out. Wow, that was fun. Not. Which way? Okay. Now I'll go to this again. Oh. Which ones though? I think that's one. And that would mean this is one. Hang on. Is one of them longer, shorter? Where's the rest of those? That one goes there. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oops, can't see what I'm doing. 4 and I'm not making, well, I'm maybe making progress. Seem to be repeating myself a lot with what I'm doing in terms of making mistakes and having to redo it again, but I'm getting close. I'm getting close to putting one part back together, which is pretty sad, really. I'm just out of practice on the Arctos. Oh, come on. Again, a lot of these the heads on them are chewed a bit because of how many times they've been open and closed. Practice makes perfect. I'd rather not have to practice. And this was supposed to be a fun, quick project. I mean, I got my Milo mill built and fully operational way faster than this. And that's a useful tool. And this might not be anything, really, when I'm finished. Who knows? Okay, so that needs to be done. I need to cut these, unfortunately. I do, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and cut them. You can always replace them in their entirety because they're just screwing into these things. So now I can get that out. Okay, so now I can get this back on. I hope. Okay. Wait. Where does the... Oh, that goes in the other section. I don't remember where that goes through to. Does it have to go through the side or the bottom? It must have to. Well, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. And then this bit. So these wires are going to have to go through here. Maybe I can do that afterwards. They're going to have to at least go through here. So let me just put these through here, because they have to go through there. Okay, so I don't quite see how I'm going to get the screwdriver in there. So this now needs to go back on here. Somehow. Without breaking it. Oh. Okay. So that goes there. And then I have to somehow get these back through into the correct spot and order, and hope that the gear hasn't stuffed up. That's one. Two. So that's still looking this gearbox isn't quite right. 3. Because that should be these should be way tighter to get in. And see how much slot there is? I don't think these gears are in the right spot. Too much backlash. Yeah. See that? So this is the gearbox that had the issue with the size of the rods, remember? That's way too much backlash. But you know what? I'm not dealing with backlash today. There's much about this that is never going to get solved. In terms of the gears. Like maybe reprinting everything and rebuilding them, I can get the gears tighter, but it's just not something that's going to happen. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. This is never going to be an accurate robot.
Jutuline says actually you are just dealing with different backlashes, just not in Gearbox.
Or sure, but yeah. I have a feeling that I might have. Did I leave a bit out? I hope not. Hope not. Well, in this particular case, what I'm dealing with is only the gear. Like it's this cycloidal gearbox that is that's got backlash. But anyway, we'll get there. I mean, there's nothing else connected to this right now, so it can't be anything other than that. Where is the other parts? Where did I put the... here, one. Where is it? Okay. That's the other way. Other side. Where did I put my other? Unsize. Where's my other Allen key? My big one.
PR0 engineer says it's been really cold in Meld. Yeah, one thing you could try to help with warping is to turn off the aux fan for the first 20 layers or so.
Sure, but once again, I don't think it's a temperature thing in Melbourne that's causing me this issue. Wait, I'm missing a... Maybe it's downstairs. Maybe I didn't bring it up. Missing an Allen key. Okay, I need to get it from downstairs. Won't be a sec.
PR0 engineer says otherwise. Definitely solar flares.
Okay, I brought them all up, but yeah, it was downstairs. So what was that last thing I just missed? Solar flares, yeah. Okay. See that backlash there? That's what I'm talking about. You can see the gears moving. Maybe you can see the gears moving. But they're not engaged. They should all be engaged together at the same time. So, anyway, okay. Belt. Tensioner, except the nuts came out, or one of them did. Oops. Okay.
Jutuline says blue Loctite on pulley nuts later.
No Loctite ever until I'm 100% sure. I'm never ever pulling it apart, even blue. Yeah. This is never going to be a precision robot. I don't think I even need to worry about.
Captain Kirk says hi fellow nerds and nerdettes.
Damn it. Fill out. Hey Wagon Loads. How you doing? It's better. Where's the other screw? There.
Captain Kirk says doing great.
Good to hear. Okay. Okay. Tension. See that? So much backlash. So much. I reckon I wrecked the gears when I pulled it apart. This is more backlash than I've had ever. Yeah, that's screwed. That's totally screwed.
Captain Kirk says how many times did you take it apart today?
Don't ask. Don't ask. Yeah, I've wrecked the gearbox. Looks like doing that. Anyway, I don't care. I don't care right now. What I care about right now is getting the rest of this back together, this section back together. Actually can't see what I'm working on. What? That goes in there. All right, and that attaches there, and that goes there. Right. Okay. So. Like, I think...
Captain Kirk says there are few guys on YouTube I know of who made robot arms out of metal.
Yeah. Sure. Like, that's just not something I'm looking at doing right now. Oh, no. That was not a good idea. That's stuck. Bad boy. Bad boy. Damn.
John Clayton says, I think you took a picture of that earlier.
No, not this bit. That's okay. This bit's fine. Look, I think, although I've seen other people obviously got their Arctos robots going, doing various things.
Captain Kirk says one of them was holding a chainsaw.
But ultimately, to be honest, I don't have any expectations for this robot to do anything that's even remotely precise, and not because it's a bad design. It's just because it's just clearly I've got backlash and other issues and things, and that's got to go in there first. I just need to check something. Sorry. Just want to make sure that I've got this the right way round. Yeah, that's got to go under and through. And I left that bit out. I thought I did. Okay. So where I had the wires before going under was correct. But they were just caught. Yeah, through lots of reasons, this robot is going to be not precise, right? And also, I never realized how big it was. And it's really way too big for what my original purpose, was potentially sticking it on my line or something, right? So, at the end of the day, I just want to get it finished, and get it moving. Have a bit of a play. Let Chad have a bit of a play with it. And then, maybe move on to a metal one or something smaller. I mean, it's too big. Like, I can't even imagine what base I need to stick this on. But it's way too big for, I think I've wrecked that thread on that now. Way too big for, any practical stuff. are you, Mr. Cables? Johnny, where did Johnny share it? Civil Electronics? That was great. I actually watched it again the other day, like it going up in flames. But where did Johnny share it? Okay, so there's a limit there. This needs to get rewired.
Simple Electronics says on my stream.
Oh, okay. Did you interview Johnny? I missed that. So there's the green. Where's the red go to? Oh, right. Red and black. So I did pick the right way, which is good. These need barrels.
Simple Electronics says no, he was hanging out in chat while I was filming a video live.
Ah, okay. Cool. By the way, I'm supposed to be manufacturing right now. I got my paste out downstairs. It's all just sitting there. I'm kind of possibly avoiding the work I need to do downstairs right now.
John Clayton says Tanky is dead.
No, Tanky's got a member.
Simple Electronics says I could not believe you captured the flames on camera. Talk about once in a lifetime.
Yeah, that wasn't magic smoke. That was like full on. There was no magic there. It was fire. I did it more than once though. I did it over 2 weeks. I did it twice, which is pretty amazing. The original Tanky is a dead project. But I've got that new omnidirectional thing. I started putting together a PCB the other week on a stream, but I haven't had a chance to continue with it yet, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, I've just got too many things on at the moment. So, you know, it is what it is.
Captain Kirk says I saw someone make an auto-aiming Nerf gun, that the mechanism could be redone as a robot.
Sure. And it's something a bit bigger than a, well, I don't know, I didn't see that video, but anyway, there's only one of me, and I've only got so much time during the day to work on stuff, so I really don't like these, but I don't have a choice. Get in.
Simple Electronics says or Michael Reeves laser pointer that always targets eyes.
Yeah, Michael Reeves stuff's funny. Still funny sometimes. Okay, that is all. Oh, Jesus. Actually, not quite back together. Not quite. I just lifted it up because I didn't put that on. I don't even know what that's for. I gotta put this side thing on. Like, it's called a cable clip, but it doesn't clip any cables. So I really don't get. Can I get this out? What it was for? That's the old one. That's the new one. I think maybe it's there for the open loop version. I don't know. Yeah. Let's get these through. So I do want to continue designing that motor board, but instead I've got a new product coming out soon, folks, and I finished it yesterday. I didn't actually get a chance to send it off for prototypes to JLC, but it's pretty cool, and it's going to be my best named product ever, but you're going to have to wait. I know you can't see what I'm doing, sorry, I don't want to bend the camera, I don't want to lie the robot back down again, just like the second. Just until I got this.
Captain Kirk says, what would you say is the weakest part of this robot arm? That would work better if it was redesigned or made of metal.
I don't know. I don't know enough about robots. I can't, I don't know. I mean, yeah. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get this a bit closer. I'm just trying to get the robot into a bit of a position. So, I mean, as I said, this whole section here has to be pulled apart now and updated. That, you know, obviously there's no belt now, and that's got to change to the other one, and so forth. Like this here is supposed to go through there somehow. And that will sit there for that. But I don't know how I'm going to get in there and screw it together. Who knows? But I think this whole section has to be, replaced. So that whole gearbox has to be rebuilt. This gearbox, the Planetier gearbox, has to be rebuilt in this one. So I guess we can, like, I don't remember how to make it move. I don't remember how to make it move. How sad is that? But we can look at powering it up and see if I can make it move. Will that reach? No, I need a longer cable. Hang on. Okay, now I've got a long cable. I have to find my send pi command. I've got power here. I should just plug it in and see what happens, right? Let's just do it. It might go pop, it might not. I don't know. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God, I just jumped. I forgot I hadn't screwed that on. And it slipped as I was plugging this in. When you plug the power cable in and you make that noise, you freak out. Whoa. Okay, here we go. Okay, the light's on. Okay, the gears, it's locked, it's getting power. Stepper's getting power, yay. So, no flames, but how do I make it move? I don't remember. Bear with me 1 second while I see if I can find my old. Let's go to. Right. Can't really see it there. Trying to find a scene. And anyway, okay, I know you can't. The robot's only small right now. That's okay. I want to. Send command. Yeah. Missing command. But it may have found the thing. So the question is, I don't know if I'll have any. No, great. Let me see if so. I want to see if I've got any history of any old commands I sent. No. Okay. So. Okay. 3. I don't remember. Someone needs to go back to a previous stream. 1, 2. To see if. Actually, I need to make it home, don't I? I don't remember how do I make it home? Wow. Fail to initialize. What? Oh, someone must have modified my thing. That's okay. ls/dev/cu USB star. There's no COM7 on a Mac, let me tell you. Yep, they're able to use this again backend without the serial module installed. What serial module? What? Pip list. What don't I have installed? It's probably because I'm in here. And right. Pip install USB. Does it need Pi serial? It's not actually saying. Oh, okay. It needed Pi serial. Result fail. I don't know what I'm supposed to be sending, I can't remember. Oh wait, I don't want to remap any ports. Does anyone remember? Hang on, I need to go back into here. I need to go back to a previous stream. I don't remember how to send commands to this thing. How sad is that? I literally need to go to a previous stream. Sad, very sad. Was my last Arctos one.
My state banks.
I need to see what I did in a previous stream. Hey Joshua. Yeah, your heart, my heart. I jumped big time. How many ads? Look at all the money I'm making right now watching ads on my own streams. Wow, 3.5 hours. Hello. Send command 03919. I don't remember what else. Anyone remember when it was moving? Was it moving ever? Did I ever get it
Captain
moving?
Kirk says, is there a way to save terminal history?
Well, yeah, there is, but it's clearly the history has got stomped or something. We had it moving at one point. Didn't I show it moving at the start of the stream? I can't remember, it's been so long. Maybe that was the stream before. I have to go to the stream before. Yeah, you get to watch more ads. Oh no. That was me manually moving it. Oh, right, wait. Oh, but I'm not showing the command. Oh, come on. No. Okay. This is frustrating. It's seriously been so long. No, not for this. Well, yeah, sorry, there's documentation.
Captain Kirk says, can you go back to old videos and add bookmarks of the help parts?
I don't have time to do that. Do you have time to do that? I don't. Sorry. I don't have time to get anything done. There was a section where I had stuff moving. Okay, wait. 039E01A2. 039. Oh, that's what that is. 9FE1 E01A2. What was I doing when that was happening?
Right, I just don't have to send it myself. But it's interesting, their docs don't show you to send it.
Oh, that was a checksum.
Not append.
That was me hacking the code, but
Keys.
I'm trying to find a place where I got to
Catenate array.
had it moving.
I wonder if I need a remap. Let me try remapping again in case that was the problem. The import. Hang on. He's got, so 57D by default has 2 ins for 2.
039194. What does 039194 do? Oh, oh, it's moving. I think it's selling it to home. I hope it's selling it to home. Or to check the limits, and I hope it doesn't. Better get the power switch just in case. Oh, there we go. The limit light's on. So that just went to the limit. It moved. Oh, I'm going to do that, sorry. What happened to chat? Just lost my chat list. And it's back.
Jutuline says no flames, boring, grinning face.
Yeah, pass. Pass on the flames. So if we go 029193, that's doing that one. Well, hopefully, as long as I haven't broken the limits. Doesn't sound great. Lots of creaks. Oh, I hope it doesn't fall over. Hang on. Where's the limit? Is it the limit? Yep, limit light. Okay. And so then number 1, which will be this one, hopefully won't fall over. Limit. Okay, so it's homed. That's not really a home, but that's, yeah. 3 axes are working. Oh, actually, you know what we can see?
Captain Kirk says, does the controller read detect limit status and respond to limits?
Jutuline says noise.
Yeah, that's what it's doing right now. The limits are connected to each controller and each stepper. I'm going to turn this off for a second. And I'm going to bring this back around manually. Because what we want to see now is, if we go to here, okay, I want to see if this gear, if that one now turns, which is axis, the 4th axis. So, but there's no limit on it right now. So, it'll just keep turning forever if it turns. And it won't turn because I turned the power off. Remember? Now let's turn the power back on. Okay. There we go. It's turning. that's good, but there's no limit. This is the limit here for it. And it's looking for a magnet. If I get some magnets near it, maybe. No. Have I broken it? Why is that not triggering? I don't know why that's not triggering. That's not good. Okay, well, we've got 3 and a bit axes working. Okay, I can't stop it. It's going to go forever.
Jutuline says black wire.
Black wire. I don't know what black wire is supposed to mean, but they all seem to be connected. Unless this, like it's magnetic, so it should be lighting up. There's no lights coming on, which means there's no power to it. So I've wrecked the power going into that stepper with one of these. I don't know which one.
Captain Kirk says, is the limit detector north-south dependent?
It is, but I tried both. Let me see if I got any voltage on any of the pins. No voltage. Yeah, one of the wires has come loose again. Excellent. Just what we need. More surgery. Pull it apart again. But that is where I'm leaving it for today. 4 hours, almost 4 hours, and yeah, only a little frustrating. So I need to rebuild this gearbox with the new gear that plugs into here, and then I have to rebuild these gearboxes and get rid of the belts and do those ones. These ones I don't have to do the gearbox. I just need to, I believe, unscrew this back section in here and then get the stepper off with the belt, do the new pulley thing, and then put it back together. Hopefully that's all I need to do. This all stays the same. This stays the same. It's just this 3D print here that changes. So I've got 2 of those to do. And then here's the other one, which has also got that axis that it all obviously connects to. Yeah. So much fun. I think gear stripping can make them in metal. So no, I can't make them in metal because they're not on my CNC, because they're helixical gears. So you need a 4-axis, at least a 4-axis mill to mill them. Yeah, which, I can't do that. So I can't really do those gears in metal. But having them in plastic, look, it'd be fine. I did them in PLA. I should have done them in ABS, but I wasn't even sure if this was going to work. I was going to swap it out yet. I could always reprint them in ABS. Or I've even got nylon. I can print them in nylon, but then there's shrinkage I need to take into account, and how much shrinkage depends on the moisture in the air. I don't think it's worth getting the gears done PCB way. Like, at the end of the day, getting nice metal gears in here honestly, is going to make no difference to the quality of the robot. The things that are going to give me grief on the robot are things that can't be solved by PCB printing stuff. I don't believe. Unless I get them to print all the cycloidal gears. Oh, not print. They'll have to CNC them, not print them. Get them to CNC all of cycloidal gears. And probably the housing on them and everything else. And it's going to, apart from that, it's going to cost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of US dollars, at least. But there's no guarantee that the precision I get back is going to fit with this. The precision might be good on the parts, but it might not all come together and might give me the same amount of backlash. Like, it might just be different. So, there's not a lot of parts on this that could actually go that could go metal, that would make a lot of sense. A lot of the parts I can't make. Like, I can't make easily stuff like this. Well, it would be many, many, many operations to do a part like this. If you look at all of the nooks and crannies on it, right? And then what's this being in metal going to give me? Nothing. Yeah, this is a closed loop, which I have regrets over. But anyway, maybe if I get it all working, I'll have less regrets. So there's no advantage in making any of the non-mechanically working parts out of metal, right? And of the, mechanically working parts like gears and stuff, I need to be able to make them myself, because I need to be able to then tweak them and change them. Getting someone else to make them, then I'm stuck with whatever I get back, which may not work. It may not.
Alan Madsen says will also be very heavy.
Well, out of aluminium, yeah, possibly. It depends on the parts. I mean, this is all out of PLA. I should have done it all in ABS, because that would have been lighter. But yeah. Okay, I'm tired. Excuse me. I need more coffee. I need some food. I need to actually start the line up downstairs and do some manufacturing. So thank you all for joining. I'm sorry that was a bit frustrating to get to this point. But we got there. And yeah. I may continue on this before the next stream. I don't think I'm going to wait till the next stream to continue going, because I'll just won't do it. If I have to spend a week, playing it out in my head of what's going to potentially happen next week on stream, I'll probably just abandon it and do something else. So I might just continue tinkering with it, especially when I think I've got a couple of more parts I need to print that I didn't print yet. And we'll see where we end up next week on the stream. Again, yeah, thank you all. I appreciate it. And to those that did the super chats, thank you. Awesome.
Captain Kirk says save your robot commands.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have a chat with Arctos. So I'm going to look through his code. So he's worked on a new, a GUI for it, which is actually really cool, but I can't use it because it uses ROS 1, and I can't easily get ROS 1 working on a Mac. ROS 2 is more compatible. ROS hasn't been touched on a Mac for 7 years. Pre-Apple Silicon, pre-whatever. Anyway, but I'm going to have a look through his code. There's a lot of Python in there, and hopefully I can grab a whole bunch of commands and stuff that he uses. So I'll go from that. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all. Catch you all later. Have a nice week. Bye.